welcome back to another episode in the How To and Why series here on FS25. This time, fertilizing. So into the shop menu, and under yield improvements, you'll see various different categories. So the two that we are interested in today, or the three, should I say, are sprayers, fertilizer spreaders, and consumables. So the consumables is the solid fertilizer and the liquid fertilizer. I'll show you those in a moment. Now, with fertilizing, base game, there are two states. So you need to fertilize your fields twice. Now, this can be done by, if it works, and I say that because if you've watched a previous video on the seeding, it was a little bit iffy with the direct drills. Probably a bug fix that will be coming soon. So you can add solid fert or sometimes liquid fert to a seeder and it will apply a layer for you. Then once there's a growth stage passed, you can apply the second layer. Jobs are good and you can forget about it. You can use manure from cows as fertilizer. I stumbled then because I was thinking about pigs, but I'm not sure. I haven't looked whether or not in base game they give manure. So I'm not going to say that for definite, but cows definitely do. Same with slurry. Now slurry is the liquid manure, and you can also use these tankers. If we go in here, you'll see slurry is the green icon here, and the one to the left of it is digestate. That is produced from a BGA. So the ones that we want. Fertilizer spreaders. There are 4 available. You'll see these two do only solid fertilizer. This is the solid fertilizer icon. The other two, those 3. So the Salek and the 2 Amazones do solid fertilizer. The Breedle also does lime as well. So quite good. Double bubble there, 2 in 1. So if we go into the sprayer category, you'll see that we've got various different looking sprayers. Now, they all do liquid herbicide and liquid fertilizer. This one here is this mounts on the rear of the tractor and this mounts on the front, so that gives you extra capacity. We've got 2 tow behind ones, and we've got 2, the Agrio Dino 2 and the Agrifac Condor Endurance 2. Now these are self-propelled sprayers. So we have this one, and within this you can change the working width. You can see the boom getting larger. You can also say wide tyres, narrow tyres, and you can change the rim colour if you so wish. So let's have a look at both of these. So this is the Agrifac, the self-propelled one. We can get in it, we can unfold it once we've started the engine. That is a beautiful sound. You can unfold it, etc. This is a pallet or an IBC of liquid fertilizer. So if we hop back in and hit R, you'll see that that is filling up. There we go. So that holds 2, 4, 6, 8,000 litres. That's a pretty decent capacity. So we'll turn the engine off for a minute. We'll hop into our Fendt. Now, when you are having a attachment that's mounted on the back of the tractor, worth having a weight. Otherwise, you may do a wheelie down the field. So start the engine. Reverse back up, attach, and then we'll get close enough to the bags and we'll refill. There we go. Now this holds 3,200 litres. There we go. So with those 2 filled up, we can now head to the field. So here we are at one of our fields that we drilled in one of the previous episodes. So We turn on the spreader. You'll see fertilizer, solid fertilizer, bottom right is going down. So what we can do is, if we've got a narrow strip that we're doing, or you've missed a little bit, you can press Control and Z, and you can change. If you look at the top right, you'll see, and if I turn it on now, partial width, that looks a lot narrower spread. Back to the 42 meters. There we go. Right, so if we drive forward onto the field, press the B button to turn it on, and you'll see the ground is darker where we have fertilized. And if we just turn off for a second and go into the game, you'll see under the soil composition, you'll see we've now got a light blue layer of fertilizer. And you apply the second layer, it'll go dark blue, and you know you're good to go. The other way to tell is if you look out, you can see bottom right, the bit where we haven't been yet says fertilized 0%. If we go down here, you'll see fertilized 50%, and the yield bonus has gone up. There we go. What we can do is just spin round. We could narrow the work width at that point. And again, coming down here, what we'll do is we'll Control Z and just bring that working width in. So we're covering just the bit that we want to, and not too much else of the field. You'll have to excuse my steering. It's not me for a change. My dead zones seem to keep resetting themselves, which is mildly annoying. But anyway, so that is the first application of fertilizer. You see 50% fertilized. Job is a good one. Right, now let's get in the agrifac and we'll give that a whirl. So X, unfold the sprayer. Now you can see again you've got partial width, so we can change the work width should we want to. So let's pull a little bit further forward. Now the other thing you can do with this particular sprayer is, once it's unfolded, you can raise and lower, and if you move the mouse side to side, or whichever control it is on your controller, you'll see we can increase the pitch between the tyres to give it a bit more stability. So now this was a problem field before, so let's give this a whirl and see if it will actually take the fertilizer. And yes, it is this time, which is fantastic. There we go. So we fertilise to boost the yield. 2 applications, be it solid fertiliser, liquid fertiliser, manure, slurry, or digestate. There we go. But you'll see that with the working width of this side, thank you very much for that achievement. You'll see with the working width of this size that it's not going to take us long to cover some ground. But yes, this is a cracking bit of kit. I hope I get to use this in the series at some point. There we go. So we'll just finish off, get it all covered. Now you've got to be careful with these that you don't hit any telegraph poles, power lines, trees, etc, etc. Look at me giving lessons on driving. There we go. I'll just show you how you change the work width again. You can see, there we go, right back down to just behind the wheels, and then back up. And that concludes the how to and why for fertilizing. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. If you have, leave us a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.